Welcome back. You showed up, and that's more than the national team did this week. Let's get right into it.
Getting right into it, I mean, what more is there to say after the first game? We move on from the Panama game.
Devastating loss.
Devastating loss to Panama. We expect a response.
You expect a response. You expect them to show up and say, "Hey guys, we really fucked it up. We need to at least, for a consolation prize, for hope, for whatever, for our own personal pride, which I guess they don't care about.
Right.
You know, let's get third place. Let's show up. Let's show our fans, hey, we're building something. Just stick with us. Just be patient. Yeah, we might not win the most important game right now, which was the semifinal, but we're still going to prove to you that, hey, we can get it together, and we can beat a rival Canada team
and we care.
That's up and coming, and we care. You know, just kind of a basic thing, and they couldn't even do that.
Honestly, I saw this game against Canada overall was a bit better than the Panama game. Performance-wise, comparing the two. But still, it's just not good enough. I mean, straight away, we see the changes. Pochettino, he needed to make changes.
Had to.
Diego Luna, big change.
Creativity.
We can talk about, we'll get into Diego Luna. I mean, we got guys, Pulisic in there, Weston McKennie, Adams, you know, the guys we want to see. Tim Weah, right? Same guys we want to see. We gave Patrick Agyemang gets a start. Unfortunately, Zach Steffen couldn't start, so we see Matt Turner in there. I don't understand why Patrick Solchi didn't deserve a chance there then.
I mean, you're playing for a third place medal, but also it is a little bit of a rotation. Like, Agyemang is a new up-and-coming player through our, the national team. He's not been around that long, and he gets some minutes, as he deserves to. Right. And there's other players that it seems like they haven't gotten the minutes that they kind of deserve or that they need to develop their skill in our national team.
Another player missing out, again, didn't start in the Canada game, Gio Reyna.
Again.
It's really disappointing not seeing this guy get more minutes for the USA. Yes, it's really controversial. Maybe we advocate for him a bit too much, maybe more than other U.S. men's national team fans.
A little too hard for him.
But you know what? At the end of the day, man, I can't speak for Trevin, but I think it's both of our belief that this guy is the most technically gifted player in our player pool.
Yes.
He deserves to be on the field more than he has been, right?
I agree.
That's just how we feel. Gio Reyna not starting. But the guys we got on the field, man, a little bit better, like we said.
A little bit better performance.
But again, Canada, I mean, we started out kind of the same way against the Panama game. It felt kind of complacent. It felt like we were just going to roll them over. It felt like we were better. We thought we were better. Yeah.
Far too comfortable going into this game. And we saw that from Matt Turner. He had to make an early save. It was a good save, credit to him. He did well. But then almost immediately they score. I mean, it was, 28 minutes or within 30 minutes of the game, they scored, and it automatically triples the pressure that's on you now, because there is pressure. You are an up-and-coming team. You're supposed to be getting ready for the next World Cup. You're supposed to be having, this fantastic manager that's supposed to take us places. Right. We need to be there. But the pressure is there, and it just tripled for us. It just didn't stop.
We concede. Tim Weah needs to be doing better. The whole defense is kind of lackluster, waiting for the cross to come in. I mean, Tim Weah's getting backed up into the box, not pressing at any point. I mean, we just need more urgency to win the ball back. We need more of that from everybody, and it showed in this goal. We're getting backed up to our own goal. They put a cross in. It just falls to a Canadian player because nobody's really got their head out of their ass paying attention to the plays as they should be. Nobody can clear it. It falls to a Canadian. He scores 1-0, and Matt Turner really didn't have any shot there. But Canada, I mean, they deserved that goal because we didn't have our heads up.
No, we were reacting, and we weren't being proactive and actually trying to get ahead of different attacks to try and put them out early. But when you back up and you let players run with the ball run at you, and you let them go, it's just a problem. You're not being proactive. You're not trying to stop the ball from coming in. You're trying to stop the cross after it comes in. You're not trying to stop the cross before it comes in or to the player that it comes from.
And when you're Tim Weah, you got to do that there.
You got to go for it. And if you get beat, you get beat. You got people behind you. But at least you make that effort, and you're trying to be proactive and be ahead of the play and not being so reactive and just letting things happen, and then you react to them as such. And it's because it's just too slow. The game is too fast, and you can't rely on that. You have to be proactive. I'm not a professional athlete. I shouldn't be telling you this, but it's just some of the basic things that we've seen that this team doesn't do. And it's the same similar tactics and effectiveness as it was before.
These players need to be doing more. We see the only positive we can bring out of this, I think, is just after Canada scored, we see a response. We see some fight. We see some players actually. Yeah. I was just watching the game, and about 5 minutes before we scored, I was really thinking, like, look at that. We have a decent response here. We're doing stuff now. We're getting into challenges. We're doing all the things we want to see. Like Trevin said, reactive. But I have to shine the light on it because we were reactive. We conceded. We turned it up a notch. We go and score. It's exactly how you want to respond to a goal, conceding one. I thought it was a really good goal. Diego Luna.
It was good to get it before halftime, too.
This guy, Diego Luna, deserves to be on the national team. Don't know if he deserves to be starting every game, but he deserves to be on the national team.
He's on that roster.
He's on the roster. He should be on the roster.
For 2026, he'll be hit.
100%.
He will be on that roster. Like, he needs to be.
Yeah, he was the standout guy this whole tournament, and only playing
limited minutes.
Yeah, only playing one game. Just showed the most passion, running the most. I mean, he looked like he was everywhere, fighting for every ball, wanting to win. Looked like the only guy who really, really cared, like he was playing with his heart out there. Yeah. That was Diego Luna. So, really, really good performance for him. Got the assist. Patrick Ajiman, really good goal. Gets the ball, puts it in the back of the net. It's what you want from the striker, but he was there to do it.
Did exactly what you need him to. And Diego Luna, he may not have the highest ceiling of anybody in the team. Your Pulisic, Gio Reyna's, but he is a very good quality player for our team, and he can be a really decisive role. Because yes, like I said, he's not going to be the best of your top two reliant on strikers, but he's so creative and he's so gifted that he can play a pivotal role. Somebody like, I hate to make this comparison, but like McTominay, because I think you compare the two, he can be a little bit better, but that type of role, somebody that's not a guaranteed starter, but hey, if you pull him off of the bench and you give him minutes, he's going to show why he deserves those minutes.
It's what Diego Luna did. He deserved every single minute that he got. Ajiman with the goal. And then again, it just was kind of the same thing right back to it. It felt like that short amount of time from the time Canada scored to when we scored was the only time throughout this whole Nations League
10 minutes.
that I felt we look like we want to be out there. You know what I mean? As a national team and want to play for the guy next to you and whatnot. It just didn't really seem like that. We continue on. It's 1-1 at this point. Second half. Come on, we got a chance, right?
You would think that we can actually go on and win this game and have some pride out of this tournament. Yeah, third place isn't what we wanted, but you'll still take it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We come into this competition never losing
winning the last
three. And it's tough when you're in the bronze medal game, but at the same time, you got to go for it. You got to go for that third place. You got to do what you can.
Win.
And once again, on that third goal of the game, second for Canada, reactive. They were reactive. Mark McKenzie has to travel with the runner. Yeah. He's going past him, and then Jonathan David just gets left open. They're reactive. Mark McKenzie saw that runner he was going, and he was reactive with it, and he was proactive in getting over there, but there's nobody there to cover for Jonathan David and all the open space that McKenzie just created by running with the runner.
It's kind of like, who does McKenzie go with? He gets caught in two minds there.
And I can't blame him for that.
The other center back didn't really step up. Turner's kind of in no man's land right there. That's Jonathan David. Probably, in my eyes, the most gifted 9 in CONCACAF. Over Raul Jimenez, who is a really good striker, but I just think Jonathan David,
doing well.
Club country, this guy shows out.
Yeah.
I think he's the best 9. You give him that space, he's going to score. It's exactly what he did. And you look at just the way Canada played. I mean, all those guys were fighting. As soon as
Every
every minute of the game, when they were winning, when we were tied, guys like Johnston. I mean, you see Alphonso Davies. We haven't even talked about Alphonso Davies going out really early on. I mean, that's a really, really crucial player for Canada. He goes out. Not what you really want to see. I like to see us play against other national teams' best players too. I want to see that, especially in CONCACAF when there's not too many players like him.
Yeah.
So seeing him go out, really a crucial loss for Canada. We need to capitalize on that though. Players like Johnston, I mean, their whole 11 just looked like they wanted it more. I mean, again, just
they showed up.
It's just a lack of, I don't want to say a lack of effort, because I do think the players are trying their hardest.
We can't sit here on the couch and say, hey, you're not trying hard enough. It's not that. It's the extra efforts.
Yeah.
Yes, you're kind of doing the bare minimum, but it's the extra things. It's the extra efforts. It's the extra tackles. It's the things that Diego Luna was doing and the team was doing for that 15-minute period that was so good and so positive. But that was it. It just couldn't continue.
All these players, they played, again, kind of as if they are entitled to be there. And that's why I think Diego Luna just showed out, because he looked like a player who wanted to prove why he needs to be there. And all these other players are just kind of like,
coasting by.
Yeah, kind of coasting by, which complacency, it's kind of human nature, and maybe some of them are kind of, we can make all the excuses. You come back from club, you play against Panama, you think you're going to roll over them. Doesn't happen. You go to play Canada, it's kind of shit that you're in a third-place game. It is what it is, though. But you still have to go out there, and you have to give it your all. They didn't do that. They didn't do that over the last 2 legs, it felt like, really. Overall, it's just disappointing, really.
Dreadful.
I think that's the main word for me is disappointing. I'm just disappointed in the group. I'm disappointed in Pochettino. Disappointed in the players. Mainly the players,
Yeah.
Pochettino deserves part of the blame. Some of the substitutes, some of the things, tactically, some of the decisions maybe you're not really there for. Pulisic not really getting on the ball enough. Certain things not really happening. The dynamic play in the attacking third wasn't there at all. So definitely deserves his critiques. But this team, I mean, you gotta, at some point, man. I mean, we see Pulisic in the post match. I mean, not one to even talk about like the heart and things like that, because he knows that's what we're lacking. I mean, so it's obvious what we're lacking. We need to be doing better. We need to just be trying harder.
We need to figure it out. We need to figure it out quick, because like we've said in previous videos, the World Cup is coming up quick.
Right around
you only have so many camps left, and you only have so many actual meaningful games. Like a lot of the games that we'll play in the future are international friendlies that don't really mean a whole lot, but there's some smaller things coming up that we can actually strive for and hope to win. But we'll see if they can show up. We'll see if they actually care.
Want to, see if they want to.